Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go. Pittsburgh. Right there. 56. Let's go, baby. Turn it over. Get that.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Jackson. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Here we go. Time to end it. Come to work. We won.
Now Gordon on first down. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Third down.
Shut. 56 outlaw. 56. I got one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's the way.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Open man is born. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Jackson. And Kelvin Benjamin's got it. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Jackson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Check 25. 61. Max back. Mike. Check 31. Check 31. He's checking. Crash.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check. Lucky. Six. Pull it. Watch safety creeping. Safety.
Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, hold on. I know he ain't got it. Joker. Any weapon. 52.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Now it's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Jackson to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Bridgewater now. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
His guys take over 1st
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant.
After the interception, here's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Gordon. And some room to run now. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
backside guys,
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
One man in the backfield. That's Gordon. 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
And again, it's Bridgewater. And the catch good. It's Eifert. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Go, Mike. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. He'll get this to Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
That's another Texans.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On second down, Eckler. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
53-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Get ready. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Here's Jackson to throw again. Completes it to Benjamin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
First down, Carolina.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Check 3, check 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Ito Smith, his first carry. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Check hot route. Hot. Watch twist.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Austin Eckler as the first half is winding down. And the Texans have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is now 10-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Got Gordon open, completes it. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And from down in Miami, an update. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Panthers' 48-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's go. Coming to you. No. Off.
Now a run with Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check three. Hey, watch it. 22, check, Bama. 22, check, Bama.
Going on the ground with Eckler. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Watch the twist. Kill. Yeah. Shit.
On 2nd down, Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Watch right. You got nothing. 51's the mic. Hey, we got to get to the point.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's the 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
That's pulled in at the 32. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost are.
And now look at him go. Touchdown, Houston. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Lambo on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. A big play there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. So now the Texans offense back onto the field. They'll line up and go for 2 here.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. SOS.
Now a toss coming right side. Cook. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that's complete to Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
You must be dreaming. Say. Check it back. Under 10. Kill. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Dalvin Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. They're on to the 2nd half now down in Miami. It's now a 2-touchdown lead there for the Dolphins. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. From the gun, Jackson gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Throwing is Jackson. And John Brown's got it complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
First down, Carolina.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here we go, here we go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a 1st. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Again, it's Cook. Shreds the tackle. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Panthers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now it's Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Jackson will throw again. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Logan. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 36-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long, and that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And they'll indeed take a knee. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Texans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.